Hello, everybody. This is Post Editing Bob here. Before the episode starts, I just want to go ahead and tell you all that this episode is by no means required for you to watch. This episode just goes into detail on the things you can do before. We even fight May. We're not going to be doing anything too special. We're going to be going over like the Safari Zone and just some other things that you can do. So if you want to go ahead and skip this episode, I feel you, but if you want to go ahead and just see some things you can do beforehand, I recommend you stay around and have some fun with us. So, we're going to continue the video now. Hello everybody, Bob6983 here, and we're back for some more Pokemon Emerald. In the last episode, I think we got done with Mount Pyre, and that's about it, honestly. I don't really remember what we did, but we have a lot of stuff that we're going to be doing, probably for this episode and the next episode. It's not really going to be important per se, but I just kind of want to show it off. So first off, over here, after you fight these twins, I sort of took care of them off screen. That way we didn't have to deal with them. This is the Safari Zone filled with rare Pokemon. So you cannot go in here unless you're playing Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire until you have the Pokeblock case. Welcome to the Safari Zone. All you can catch for just 500 Pokédollars. Would you like to play a Safari game? Yeah, that will be 500, please. Here are your Safari Balls. You get 30 Safari Balls, and you're timed, and it's also dependent on how far you go as well. I think it's either you run out of spaces to run on, or you run out of time. It's something like that. So if you're playing Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, I think you do not have to pay to get in, and you can just go around here as long as you want. So there is no like time limit or anything. There are some interesting Pokemon you can find here that you can't find anywhere else. Like, for example, in this area, if my memory serves me correctly, you can find Pikachus. And in the wild, Pikachus have a chance of holding a light ball. So, oh my god, I didn't mean to catch this thing, but whatever. If I do it, then it's whatever. It's going to be sent to the PC anyways. Okay, good, that's fine. So, the mechanics for this are, I think if you go near, it'll make it so the chances of it running away are increased, but the chances of you catching it are increased. And Pokeblocks make it so that it makes it so they're less likely to run away, but they'll stay longer. Or rather, it makes it less likely for them to run away, but it's harder for you to catch them. You only get 30 Pokeballs, so you either if you run out of Pokeballs, then that's it. That's your Safari game. There are a lot of areas you can explore in the Safari Zone. Like, for example, in each area, it's not just all the Pokemon that you can find in the first area. It's like, this is one area, there's certain encounters here. If you go up here, there's different encounters. If you have the Acrobike, you can go up here. And there's some more Pokemon over here. You see how like every time you change zones, it just says Safari Zone on the top left? That means that you changed areas. In each area, there's different encounters. For example, I think right here, it's either here or to the top left, you can find Pincers, which are extremely good Pokemon. They're basically fighting types in disguise, but they just don't have the fighting type on them, just because it was only considered a bug type in Gen 1, and it just stayed like that. And I think later on, either it's later on or in different areas of the Safari Zone, you can also find Heracross, which is also another really, really good Pokemon that you could have. If you want to go ahead and catch them, feel free to. They're very good. I'll go ahead and say if you can catch Heracross or not, because my memory might fail me here. Also, there's tons of items in the Safari Zone, so this is really, really worth it if you just want to go see whatever you can find. Natu is another new encounter you can find here. I'll go ahead and put up most, if not all, the encounters that you can find and wherever the areas are up on the screen right now. I know I'm going to kill myself in editing when doing this, but there's a lot, and I don't want to just make it seem like from my vague memory that I'm going to sort of like lead you on this wild goose hunt. Oh, a Phanpy! Look, yeah, see? These are some fantastic encounters that you can find in the Safari Zone. I'm not really going to catch anything here. I just sort of wanted to show this off. One more encounter that you can find here that I do know by heart is Girafarig. Girafarig is a decent Pokemon. I wouldn't recommend one just yet, just because I think it gets better later on in the series and in like the other games. So I wouldn't really recommend it unless you just want it just for the looks. I mean, go for it. It has like a chain jump on the back of its tail. But yeah, that's about it for the Safari Zone. I think you can put Pokeblocks inside of these little like mailbox sort of looking things, and it'll raise the chances of Pokemon appearing there. I think, again, my memory might fail me here, so I'll go ahead and correct myself if I'm wrong here. Yeah, that's what it. Okay. And see, I mean, the Safari Zone games end really quickly. I mean, just go at it. Just have some fun. I think if you use the downloading machine, you can also find some hidden items in the area. But yeah, that's about it for the Safari Zone. It's really, really interesting. If you want to go ahead and find some things for your team that you don't already have, like if you have like empty spaces, go ahead and do that. Another area that we're going to go ahead and explore. I'm sorry if I'm doing most of the talking, but Piranha Gemstone isn't feeling too well right now, so I mean, I'm going to be doing most of the talking.
I'm also focused on drawing one of our teammates.
Yeah, that is true. She's also has her hands tied with doing all the drawings for the other teammates. There are 2 areas that I sort of want to show off. I don't have the right Pokemon for this. I'll be right back.
You gotta fly.
No, I have that. Also, I do have Tropius on my team as of right now. Let me go ahead and put that on the team really quickly. I don't know. Let me remove. We're not really going to be using Brunch, so I may as well just remove Brunch. Where's Brunch? Look at this fantastic drawing of a Tropius that she did.
It's beautiful, but I think it looks just like it.
Alright, let me go ahead and put Fiora back on the team, just because I need Surf for these next 2 areas. Brunch, go into storage for a bit. You'll come back, don't worry.
He'll be back and just in time for lunch.
Just in time for brunch. Oh right, I can't use Y for the bike. I've been playing Platinum recently, and that sort of mixed me up. Okay, so now that we have Surf, we can surf. I mean, as the name implies, over these waters. I should have put up a repeller right away. Yeah, there are some other new encounters you can find on the water. For example, I think you can find just Wingles and Tentacles over here, and maybe sometimes Pelipers. But if you fish on the waters with your good rod, you should be able to, I think, maybe find Tentacruel, if my memory serves me right, which is extremely tanky. It's a very good Pokemon. Honestly, if you don't have one on your team, like if you don't have a water type on your team and you're trying to find something, or you're just trying to find something bulky or something like that, feel free to go for that as well, because Tentacruel is honestly really slept on for how common it is. I mean, some people just overlook it. Also, there's a lot of trainers that you can find on this route. I just wanted to sort of show off that if you don't feel like you're comfortable enough with your levels, here are some easy areas that you can grind. They don't have too high level Pokemon. It's just, you know, so it's just sort of if you just want to get a little bit more experience. Here's another rock formation. Very bizarre. We'll have to remember this for later. Also wanted to show this off just because, I mean, we're in the area, you know, we could just go ahead and show that off. There is one sort of mini area that we are not going to go to just yet, but we will go there eventually. It's off the coast of what's that area? It's off the coast of Slateport. It's called New Mauville. We will be going there eventually. It's not really important per se. And plus, I mean, like, if you're playing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, there's some more interesting things that you can do with that. That, I mean, you can't really get into just yet, just because I think you're lacking the HM needed. If you go this way, you see there's more trainers. I'm not really going to run into any of them. I just kind of want to show off this area. I keep pressing X to try to open up the menu just because Platinum has sort of spoiled me in that sort of mentality. But yeah, there's all these trainers are fantastic for grinding. Over here is the ship that's considered new model. Here, this is just if you want to go ahead and look at it. I mean, there really isn't much you can do here, but just know that we're going to go here eventually. So if I ever say we're going to see Mobile, just know that. Okay, that's about it for what I want to show off with this route. There's some other things that you can do. For example, like if you're going from Slateport over to Mauville, that little gap over here for Route 103, you can cross over and you can get into Oldale Town by using Surf. There really isn't much else for that. Like, there really isn't much else to elaborate on that. But I just sort of wanted to show that off as well. I flew to the wrong town, I think. Or maybe I can actually make it from here. There's just one more island that I want to show off before we progress and continue through, before we actually fight our rival May. We may actually get through everything in this episode, honestly. Okay, so let me go ahead and put up a repel. I'm running out of repels, honestly. I should go ahead to the shop and buy some.
Buy some extra repels.
Maybe.
Buy some extra repels.
Maybe.
I'll fight you.
Here is a tree if you want to go ahead and make your secret base. I'm not going to make mine there. I don't really have a Pokemon with... Oh my gosh. With the TM for that. Here's a Pokeball if you want it. What is it? What's inside of here? Heal powder and also my bag's full. Great. So what I wanted to show off was not this, but I mean there are berries here if you want them. Okay. Over there off to the left. I want to see if I can get through here without fighting all of you. I just sort of want to fight the ninja boy here. Or I get... Okay. I guess we're doing a double battle. What I wanted to go into detail here was that in that little patch of grass over there on the top left is yet another new encounter that you can find, which is a Gen 1 encounter. It is none other than Jigglypuff. If you want to go ahead and catch a Jigglypuff, I don't really know why. You could technically get it. It's a decent normal type, I guess. It's very defensive when it evolves. Honestly, I mean, this is just if you want something new on your or interesting on your team, go for it. It knows. I think it learns Sing eventually. I don't know exactly what level it learns Sing. I'll put it up on screen right now. It'll just make your opponents fall asleep. We've gone over this before. It's I mean, if you want to go for it, you saw how decent it was in Norman's gym. Or I mean, I don't know if you saw how good it was just because we sort of like knocked it out without it getting a chance to attack us. But yeah, it's a pretty good Pokemon if you want it. That's about everything I sort of wanted to go into detail on, sort of off screen before we go fight May. This is sort of just stuff if you want to go do it on your own time. I'm probably not going to do any of this. Maybe I'll do some Safari Zone stuff off screen, but I mean, like, it's not really going to contribute anything. So, yeah, that's about everything. Once we're done with this double battle, we're going to fly over to Lily Cove, and then we're going to fight May. Because that is about everything I wanted to do before we did the rival battle. So in case you wanted to prepare before that battle, I mean, it's not really that difficult. It's about the exact same levels as your Pokemon, but, you know, it's just in case you don't feel secure. It's been a while since I've talked for that long with that much information.
Just like full-on rant.
Yeah, a really long rant. I feel like I have more information saved on my phone, I want to say, for just information I kind of want to share. Go ahead and use Surf again. I'm not really looking at what I'm doing in these battles. I'm just sort of just letting whatever happen. Also, oh my god, I hit my mic on accident. Callie cannot learn Rock Tomb until it evolves, which is very unfortunate. I don't know why they did that, but I mean, I don't know. Very weird design choice. Okay, let me see. Okay, here. This is what I sort of wanted to share. These are the typings that are considered physical, and these are the type. Ooh, Vixie's learning Crunch. Hang on, let me interrupt myself really quickly. Get rid of Bite easily. Fiora and Tally and Vixie. Okay. So what I was going to say was, here are the typings that are physical, and here are the typings that are special typings. Let me go ahead and move out the way before this trainer girl, or whatever she is, ends up fighting me. Oh my gosh, she's forced to stay there for eternity. Oh my gosh.
You evaded her somehow.
Yeah, for good. Okay, so normal typing, fighting typing, bug typing, ghost typing, rock typing, steel typing, flying typing, poison type. Those are all physical attacks. Fire types, electric types, grass types, water types, psychic types, dark types, dragon types, and ice types are considered special attacks. So that is how you're going to determine what type of moves and what type of Pokemon you are going to want on your team. And just sort of how you want to put moves on Pokemon in general.
That's kind of weird, and also just it doesn't go with stats and Pokemon, which I can see why they changed it later.
Yeah, it wasn't until Gen 4 that they changed that, which is kind of disappointing because we're just one gen away from that being changed. But yeah, in Gen 4 it was changed, so it wasn't just determined on what typing you were, it was determined on if it was considered actually hitting an opponent or not. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good, okay. Do you think the party member is going to be ready by the time we finish fighting May?
Maybe.
Maybe? Ah. Alright, so
only if you want the basic thing, because I was going to add a little extra something else.
Oh, okay. I'll go ahead and go into detail on these two houses before, that way I can give you some time. Okay?
Okay, thanks.
We're almost running on the time limit for the first episode anyways. So, this is the Pokemon Trainer Fan Club. I don't remember this, honestly. Oh my gosh, I really don't remember this. My favorite trainer is cool, strong, and really nice. I wish there was a trainer like that. Whatever anyone says, my favorite trainer is Dewford. She is the worst NPC in existence now. She likes to train a trainer in Dewford's gym. She likes Broly. She's the worst type of NPC ever.
Understand, he'll break your heart and your Pokemon spirit.
She doesn't know what she's getting herself into.
She really doesn't.
Everyone here, we're all huge fans of Pokemon battles. We discuss who we consider the best who we consider to be the strongest of all trainers. My bad. If you were to become famous, we might even become your fan. Ooh, interesting. I've been hearing things about a tough new trainer. This trainer's supposed to be beating gym leaders even. Is it me? Maybe. Alright, let's go ahead and look at the TV real quick. In search of trainers. Oh, this is your lines. I mean, do you want me to just do it that way you can keep working?
Yeah, do it.
Alright. Hi, today I'm visiting an area near Route 120. We're trying to spot some up-and-coming new talent in the field. Today we turn our lens on the trainer Bob. There's something about this trainer that piqued our interest. We've battled Bob before, but we can attest that the trainer has most definitely improved from before. I know we were onto something special when we spotted this trainer. The best way to determine how strong a trainer is, well, the fastest way is to battle. And so we began our investigation. That's how we ended up in battle with Bob. In a dominating performance, we were flattened, rolled up, and tossed aside. Bob is ruthlessly strong. Here's our impression. After having battled our featured trainer, Bob is adept in reading the opponent's actions. Timing of item usage was remarkably effective. After our battle, we asked Bob for a succinct summary. I think that's how you say it. Oh, I forgot about this. The trainer replied, "We're here."
I knew it was going to be something funny, but I didn't remember it was there.
Bob's Pokemon Spoink and Trapinch. And Rear. That's deep. There's deep significance behind that quote.
Oh, it's definitely deep.
Yeah. It's no surprise a good trainer has good things to say. That's all for today. See you again for our next broadcast. Very interesting, Gabby. And very interesting indeed.
Gabby, that wasn't information you were supposed to share.
Yeah. This one was the one that I knew more. Cove Lily Motel. That's a very weird name. Remember, it says Cove Lily of Lily Cove. Interesting. Very difficult to say. It's a tongue twister of some. This guy, I mean, he's just very interesting. So they doubled the guest by using Pokemon as attraction. Well, maybe I should make a cute Pokemon our inn's mascot. I wonder if that will attract more guests to stay with us. Oh, sorry. I was too involved in watching TV. Since that Team Malco came to town, the tourists have been staying away. If you go in front of him... Hey, down in front! I can't see the TV! It's just very quirky like that. Very weird. Ooh. Scott. Huh? Oh, sorry, I was snoozing. I came to check on this Pokemon contest thing. I have to admit, it does look quite entertaining, but... Consider me a purist. I prefer battles and tough trainers. But that's just me. Bob, I hope you'll enjoy everything, like gyms, contests, battle tents. The whole works. I don't know how I was able to replicate snoozing.
How did he know your name?
How does Scott know my name?
Oh, that's Scott?
Yeah, that's Scott.
I couldn't tell. You're looking at it from the back.
If
stranger danger.
Later on, that room will be filled with the game staff, or like the people who made the game, like the game director, and all that good stuff. There's a max. Oh my god! Let me go ahead and just empty out some stuff real quick, because I don't need a burn heal. Let me toss that. I'll go ahead and sell those nuggets later on. Yeah, this episode there really isn't much. I'm probably gonna put in the beginning of the video. If you want to go ahead and just listen along, or if you want to skip it, that's fine. I mean, there really isn't much progression in this. I just sort of wanted to go over the sort of other things that you could do before you go ahead and take on May. Ooh, what are these guys doing? We're having multi-battles, but I know I'm going to... Interesting. Okay, so... She's... No, I don't want to talk to you. When my wife gave birth to quadruplets, you bet I was shocked, but now seeing them play together makes me happy. There really isn't much else I can go over here, so I'm just sort of grasping at straws here. This is the other port for the boats. There was one in Slateport, and this is the other one. Unfortunately, no boats are working at the moment. They only start working in the post game. So I mean, there really isn't much else that we can do here. So next time, I guess, in Pokemon Emerald Tints, there really isn't nothing. There really isn't anything else we can do here. We're going to be finally fighting May. We've put it off for quite a while. We may as well just get it over. So next time...
Put it out for 10 minutes.
Yeah. So next time we're going to be fighting May. So next time, see you all then.
Bye.